Hello and welcome to Vaping View, a place to discuss all things from the wonderful world of vaping. I'm your host Kyle, and today I'm delighted to say that we're going to be speaking with a special guest, an avid vapor and overall wonderful person. So we may hear their story, and hopefully it will inspire us to spread the word about vaping and to help vaping save more lives. So let's get to it. So I like to start out this interview with, what are you vaping on right now?
Right now, I am vaping on some Bearded Brothers. It's called Mustache Ride. It is basically like a brand new box of Fruit Loops. You stick your head in it and take a big old breath. That's what it is. There's no milk. It's just the Fruit Loops, and it's some amazing stuff. They sponsor me. Shameless plug. But it's just one of my favorite juices. And then don't laugh too hard, but Broke Dick, the 15th, was one of the first juices I really tried. It's a banana cream pie, and it's just phenomenal. Running on the DripTech TS with the Mike Vapes Iconic, and this is just a little tube mod with the Bogan Bonza on it. So.
How is that Bonza? I heard really good things about the Bonza. Is it good?
Put it this way, I bought 4 of them.
I gotta get one of those then. I definitely gotta get one of those.
Everybody's different, but it's for me, it's absolutely 100% perfect for the way I vape and the way I build.
Yeah, that's very true, man. That's one thing about the vaping industry. It is very subjective. What I might like, somebody else might not like, vice versa. So it definitely goes a long way. So right. Everyone has a favorite vape. Have you ever had a device that just was your favorite?
The DripTech. That's my favorite vape. It's a triple 18650 in parallel, and it's a squonker. And so it's just it's my all day, every day.
So everybody's had a vaping utensil at one time or another that they liked it, but they got rid of it. What would that one be for you?
Well, for me, honestly, and it's just because it was my first one, was a Smock GX350. That's the only one I'm really kind of sad that I got rid of, but I got a first run Fuhattan out of it. So it was a good trade for me anyway, but I am kind of sad that I don't have it anymore because it was my first one.
So mine was the Sigelei Mech Mod. So Sigelei came out with the Fuji Mech Mod, and that thing hit like a truck. And I sold it to a friend, and I cannot find one nowhere. I have looked for like over a year. I can't find nobody. I even contacted Sigelei and was like, hey, I will pay whatever you guys are asking for to send me one. They said we don't have it. So yeah, everybody has one. So how long have you been smoke free? How long has it been since you're
I checked a day or two ago. I'm in the 260 some days now.
260 some. So that's what, less, little less than a year, but that's phenomenal though. I mean, I mean, it's hard. It's hard. So, how did you find out about vaping? I mean, what is the backstory that led vaping to be a part of your life?
Well, I had major surgery, and after that, the doctors told me I had to quit smoking or I was going to die. And I happened to walk in to one of our local head shops and pick up a piece of glass, and they were having a little raffle, and I spent the $5 and got 5 tickets and signed up for their raffle, and it was for that GX350, and I got to talking to them about vape gear, and it sounded like it might be a good idea and something that could help me going, because I'd tried like the blue cigarette and some of those other ones, but those just killed me. I couldn't really do them. And they were telling me, this is a lot better. It's a lot easier on your throat. You should give it a try. And next thing I know, I won that mod, and away we went.
That is awesome, man. we are all surprised, I think, every single day about, how easy it was to find out about it. I mean, like my story is I was at a job site and, I walked in and we thought the guy was smoking weed because I live in Colorado and, you know, he was vaping and he let us try it. We was out, we was gone. And we went and got set up and ain't smoked a cigarette since. So what would you say was the hardest part for you in switching from smoking to vape?
Excuse me, my wife didn't quit right away. She still smoked for a while, and for me that was the hardest part, coming home and smell it in the car, smelling it on her clothes. That was probably the roughest part of it. Just still always being around it and not being able to get away from it for a little bit.
And I completely agree with you. You know what? It's crazy. My little brother, he still smokes. I got him a setup and everything, and every time he comes around, he smelling like cigarettes. And now, I smoked for almost 5 years, and it stinks now. But at first, he would come around. I swear he would just do it intentionally, like come over and just be like, put that shit out, man. It stinks, man. Oh man, I want a cigarette so bad. It was rough. It was rough.
Now, the vaping made it so much easier, though. I didn't quit right away. I smoked and vaped for a while, and it just got to a point where the vape tasted amazing, and it filled my lungs up, and it smelled good, and the cigarette was just nasty at one point, and I was like, I'm done. This is stupid.
Yeah. So let's just go back a little bit. So what was your surgery about? I mean, what exactly did you have to get done to that they told you, hey, you have to get this done or you're gonna die?
Well, the short story is, I had peripheral artery disease. I was a 30-year, 3-pack-a-day smoker, and ended up with the peripheral artery disease. Everything from about my sternum down, well, wherever the abdominal aorta is, down on one side was 100% blocked. Everything on the other side was 98% blocked. Couldn't walk. I was in a wheelchair. Didn't have a lot of feeling in my legs. And it took a very long time. I'm a veteran, so I go through the VA, and it's a broken system, and it just took forever. But that's the long and short of it. They had to go in and replace all the arteries from the abdominal aorta down.
That just sounds very, very painful.
Yeah, it was. I was on my back for almost a year afterwards.
Okay, so when you realized that vaping had helped you and got you to quit smoking, and you had smoked for a few months now, how did that make you feel?
Oh, ecstatic. Number one, I was able to get up and walk to the bathroom. That was a great feeling, because once those arteries were replaced and I had blood flow again, I started getting mobility back and everything. I was absolutely ecstatic. My wife was ecstatic.
I bet you.
Yeah, it was in prayer.
I mean, I bet you she was. Just to get her husband back, that had to be a wonderful feeling for her. Is there any adventures or any type of businesses or anything that you are, or even like advocacy things that you are thinking about starting in the future, or that you have already started?
One of them is the Vaping Veteran Project. It's a little project I started because, like I said, I'm a veteran, and the VA is broken. I went many, many, many years asking, can you help me? Can you get me this? Can you get me that? And a month or two later, they'd be like, okay, here's the patch, finally. A month or two later, okay, here's this really horrible pill that's going to screw up your head. And that was basically the long and short of their smoking cessation. That was it. And, so within all of that, my health was slowly deteriorating. It took 5 years from the first time I asked and the first time they did the first scans until they had a diagnosis. And it took another 2 before they actually got me they didn't get me the surgery. I had to go to KU Medical to get my surgery. because the VA was dragging their feet so long and I was going to die. And I don't want to see that happen to anybody. But, you know, the military is a pretty tight brotherhood, and that's where all of that, lay for me. I started the Vaping Veteran Project so that I could go around and talk to the vets, bring my gear, show them what I've got, tell them what it's about, advocate for them with the VA, just to try to get them off the cigarettes.
That's awesome, man. That's I mean, that you took the initiative to go and, you know, talk to people and talk to other veterans and help them. I mean, that's just awesome. Is there any problem that you think that there is within the vaping market, or anything that you think that you would change about vaping?
I think some of these companies need to kind of sit back and take a little more time on some of the stuff. Yeah, we've got a lot of innovations coming out with the equipment, and even with the liquid. You know, we've got salt nic now and stuff, so we can have higher nicotine concentrations. I'd just really kind of like to see them like smoke. Or smoke, or whatever the heck you call them. You know, they come out with a new mod every other week. You know, take your time, put out something that's really going to help somebody instead of just saturating the market, because sooner or later that's going to come back to bite all of us. And I understand that they're trying to get stuff out before the FDA kicks somebody in the ass, but at the same time, you got to think about the people, not the money.
Yeah. And I think that we're seeing that a lot more. I mean, you can almost see a different product coming out almost every day anymore. I get on a lot of different stuff, because part of my channel is what I try to do is I try to tell people about all the new stuff that's coming out. And I do a lot of research and finding out what's coming out, and there's so much stuff every day. There's 2 or 3 mods, new companies popping up. So well, the last part of the interview, I want you to tell a little bit about, or give some advice to anybody that's still smoking, that is thinking about using vaping as a way to quit. You know, just give them a little bit of advice, and give yourself a plug, and we will wrap this up.
Okay. My advice really is just, you know, if you're thinking about it, if you've seen something about it, go to your local shop, talk to somebody about it real quick. You know, most of the shops I've been in, they're good at explaining stuff. They know what they're doing. Once you've done that, jump on Instagram, find a crew that's promoting, and say, look, help me. And they will. You know, this is a huge community now, and every single person I have met is willing to help on every aspect of your journey. So ask for it. That's the best advice I can give, is ask for the help.
All right. And do you have any place that you would like anybody where they can find you at, or find out about the Vaping Veteran Program or project, which I will be putting everything in the notes below, and I'll let everybody know where they can find you. But is there any, if you could just tell them right quick, a good place to find you at? Vaping_Veteran_project on Instagram is the project, and I'm that_Vaping_Veteran. And a couple other places to check out: Draco Militia. I'm a prospect, so I want to give a shout out to them. They do a lot of good work. #Vape for the 22. That's all about, there's 22 veteran and active duty suicides per day that happen right now, and we're trying to make that 0. So we're trying to bring awareness and get some help for these guys. That is awesome, man. That is really good. Okay, so I think that wraps it up for us. All right, guys, we'll see you on the next one. Thank you for viewing. It means the world to me. And if you haven't had a chance to subscribe to the channel yet, go ahead and do it now. And remember, vaping saved your life, so help vaping save more lives. Spread the word and keep on vaping.